Chapter 1. The Season of Choosing. The twin suns of Velara burned low on the horizon, casting the sky in hues of violet and gold. It was the season of choosing, a sacred time when the Velari females selected their mates from among the worthy males of their kind, or in rare cases from the outsiders who had stumbled onto their world. Dr. Ilara Voss had not come to Velara to be chosen. A xenobiologist from Earth, she had arrived 6 months ago as part of an interstellar research delegation, studying the planet's unique ecosystem. But when the season began, the ruling matriarchs had decreed that all unmated females, even alien visitors, were to participate. Ilara had laughed at first. Then she had protested. Then, when armed Velari warriors escorted her to the choosing grounds, she had realized with cold dread that this was not a request. Now, standing at the edge of the great stone amphitheater, she watched as towering silver-skinned males fought in ritual combat, their bioluminescent markings flaring with each strike. The scent of ozone and crushed herbs filled the air, and the crowd's melodic chants vibrated in her bones. She had to choose, or be chosen. Her fingers tightened around the ceremonial dagger at her belt, a symbolic weapon useless against Velari strength. Then a disturbance rippled through the crowd. A male, taller than the others, his markings a deep cobalt instead of the usual silver, strode into the arena. He was not fighting. He was searching, and his piercing, golden eyes locked onto her. Ilara's breath caught. The crowd fell silent. Then a murmur spread like wildfire. Curran, the outcast. Before she could react, he was in front of her, his scent, like storm winds and burning embers, wrapping around her. His voice was a low, resonant growl. "You are the one." And then, before the entire assembly, he claimed her. Not by combat, not by choice, but by the oldest law of his people, the blood-right claim. If a male found his true mate during the season, he could take her, with or without her consent. And Curran had just declared Ilara his. Chapter 2. The Bonding. Ilara's protests meant nothing. The matriarchs, ancient and unyielding, had only nodded in approval. Curran's claim was valid. His markings, though rare, proved his lineage, one of the old bloodlines thought extinct. Now she sat in his dwelling, a domed structure of living stone and woven vines, her arms crossed. "You can't just take me," she hissed. Curran watched her, his gaze unervingly patient. "I did not take you. The fates brought you here. That's not how this works. For my kind it is." He stepped closer, his presence overwhelming. "You feel it too. The pull." Ilara clenched her teeth. 'Cause she did feel it. A heat in her blood. A whisper in her mind. She hated it. "You're not even one of them," she snapped. "They called you an outcast." A shadow crossed his face. "My clan was destroyed. The matriarchs allowed me to return for the season, but only if I claimed a mate." Ilara stilled. "So I'm just what? A means to an end?" Curran's eyes burned. "No, you are mine." Then, before she could argue, he did something unforgivable. He touched her, a single finger beneath her chin, tilting her face up. And the moment their skin met, fire raced through her veins. Her vision whited out, and she saw a war-torn world. A male kneeling in ashes, the last of his kind. A whisper, "Find her." When she came back to herself, she was gasping, her body trembling. Curran's voice was rough. "The bond is awakening." Lara recoiled. "No. I didn't agree to this." But the truth was undeniable. Something inside her had recognized him, and it would not be ignored. Chapter 3. The Truth of the Blood Rite. Days passed. Ilara fought the bond with every breath. She refused to eat the food he offered. She ignored the way her skin tingled when he was near. She told herself the dreams, visions of his past, his pain, were just stress-induced hallucinations. But then the assassins came. They struck at night, their blades coated in a toxin lethal to Velari. Karin moved like a storm, cutting them down before they could reach her. When it was over, he knelt beside one, ripping off its mask. Ilara's stomach dropped. Human. Karin snarled. Your people sent them. No, she whispered. They wouldn't. But then she remembered. The research delegation. The corporation funding it. The whispered rumors of asset recovery. They hadn't come for her. They'd come for him. Because Karin wasn't just an outcast. He was the last of a bloodline that could control Velara's most precious resource. The starseed, a living crystal that powered their civilization. And Earth's overlords wanted it. Karin's grip on her arm was firm. You are in danger as long as you are with me. Ilara met his gaze. Then let me go. His expression darkened. I cannot. Why? Because of your rules. Because if you die, I die. The words hit like a physical blow. The blood rite bond was not just tradition. It was survival. And now their fates were entwined. Chapter 4. The Final Choice. They fled into the wilds, pursued by humans and Velari alike. Ilara learned to fight, to trust him, and, against her will, to want him. The bond grew stronger, a living thing between them. Then came the final confrontation. At the heart of the starseed cavern, surrounded by enemies, Karin turned to her. Break the bond, he ordered. Ilara froze. What? If we sever it, you can leave. They will not hunt you. Her chest ached. And you? His gaze was steady. I will hold them off. He meant to die. The realization tore through her. She had spent weeks resisting him, hating him. But now she knew the truth. She didn't just feel the bond. She chose it, chose him. Her hand found his. No. Karin's eyes burned. Ilara, I'm staying. And then, for the first time, she kissed him. The bond ignited. Power surged through them, the starseed reacting to their union. Light erupted, driving back their enemies. When it faded, they stood together, unbroken. The matriarchs, witnessing the display, bowed their heads. The blood rite was fulfilled. And Ilara, once a prisoner of fate, now held her mate's hand by choice. Epilogue. The season ended. The humans were expelled. And Ilara, no longer just a scientist, stood beside Karin as his equal. The bond hummed between them, no longer a chain but a promise. She had found him during the season of choosing. Now, by alien rule and by her own heart, he was hers. And she was his. Forever.